so Viking. And then here I will do Sir Thecos, right? And then here is. I think that works quite well. Hey everyone, this is Thecos, and yes, you are seeing that right. I am again covering the Solitaire print and play game design contest hosted on Board Game Geek. I don't know how many entries I will be able to showcase, but I will try to showcase as many as I can, at least a few I hope. And today I will be starting with the game Word Dungeon by Joe Shimwell. This is like a small game where you spelunk, where you delve through a dungeon, and you do that only with by putting words down, right? So before we get started, grab yourself a cup of tea and let's do this. Oh yeah, that's how we go. Okay. In this game, we are starting here at the entrance, and we go all the way through the dungeon down to the boss, and we're trying to defeat the boss. Before we get started regarding setup, we need 2 dice, but these are only needed for setup. We need a pen and we need that piece of paper. That's all. Just an easy print and play game. You can print yourself out easily. By the way, in the description of this video, you will also find a link to the thread where you can find this game, and also, of course, the playlist of this contest, depending on how many games I will be able to cover. All right, so actually we only need 2 dice. We needed 2 dice. Like in the prior version. I think in this we only need 1. So what we do is we now go through boss and the 9 doors, I think the 8 gems and the 2 swords, and we take the boss first. We roll a 4, so we look here in the line 4, we have O, D, L, and X. So I will choose the X, we cross that out and put the X down here in the boss. That means the X I'm not able to use here in this last boss room. That's fine. It's a stupid letter anyway, at least for word games. And now we go through all of the doors. We roll the die, and then we choose one of these letters here for that door. So we need to be a little bit careful, because at the end it's going to be kind of hard to get these swords here, these words, right? So we need to choose good letters to use here. So for the door now, the first one, now line 3, A, H, F, and V. We need to choose one of those. Let me just put the V in here, right? And then we cross that out. I will now do this for all of the other doors and all of the gems and also the 2 swords, just rolling for the letters. And with that, the setup is complete. So this takes a while, right? Because because you need to roll for all of these. I think there are about 20 rolls you have to make, I think, approximately. So it takes a little while. Also, you have to think about which letters do I put where. So I will just give you a quick rundown on how this works, and then we just start playing. So we start here at the entrance, and we do it like Scrabble, right? So we put a word down here, and then one there, for example, right? And we just try to work ourselves through the dungeon like that, right? And we always make words from left to right or top to bottom, right? And you see if you want to go through the door, we need to put the word, we need to use this letter here and the word we put down. Same here, and so on. Whenever we go through a door, we cannot do anything in the previous room anymore. We can also get treasure chests and gems. These give us points indicated here, right next to them. The treasure chests don't have any letters in there, so I just need to cover them with any letter. And the gems actually have specific letters, right? If I have all of these treasure chests, for example, then I get these bonus points here, right? They're bonus points I get for stringing together several ones of these. So I go all the way down through the dungeon, and then at the end here in the boss room, I'm not allowed to use the letter X, but I am allowed. But I have to put these 2 words here for the swords down. One ending in D, one ending in N. And if I manage that, then I win the game. And then I just count together all the points, and that's it. There are 2 more things to tell you. One is monster kills. That means whenever I use a letter that is here, one of these 5 monster words, Orc, Ogre, Fiend, Zombie, or Vampire, I cross that out. Whenever I am able to cross out an entire line here, entire monster name, I get these points at the end of the game as well. And then also we have discoveries here. If I put a 4-letter word here someplace, I can put it in here. 5 letters or 6 letters. And when I do that, I get this number of points. But also, if I put if these three letters, or these three letters actually are a word, like make up a word, I also get points. If I have like one of these three, I get 2 points. For two of them, 4, and for all three of them, 8 points. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So now let's get started. So we start here in the entrance. Instead of doing like a snake like this, I think it's easier if I go down here. I need a word that ends in a letter, or that has like the letter as the fourth word, that I can also connect with the gem here. So you know what? Let's put stop in here, and then here I will do palm. I think that's a good idea. So I actually managed to get this here. Let me just circle that. And also like stop. So let's see what we got here. No S. T, also not O. We have an O right here. Let's take the O up. Let's take this O here. P, is there a P? Yeah, the vampire. Then A and L. A is here. An L we don't have. And M would be here for zombie. Okay, so we already got a few here. I can also like put a 4-letter word here already, but I won't do that yet. I will do that later. All right, that works. So, and what we now need to do, need to walk through, like get through this door here, right? Alive would be possible. Above would also be possible. What is better, alive or above? Are they both pretty much the same? So I will just take above like this, right? So the B we have over here, the O we have over here, V down here, and E here. All right, so we're getting a few things done there. All right, so now I want to get this the treasure chest, right? So let me see if there's anything that I can do. So I could do ends maybe here, and then, but I would have to do something with the S here. Is there anything that I could think of? Yeah, something like ask would be possible. So let's do ends here, and here ask, like this, right? So now we also got this 1 point here. That's good. Oh, let's see. N we have here. D we have here. A, no A's left. No S left, and the K we also don't have. Okay, so there we don't have a monster yet. And this one here, I will just wait. I think I can do that. I think I can just wait. All right, so now we need to go down this door. So I cannot make this like any longer. So I have to go here, or yeah, here probably. That would be okay. This one would be interesting. But it doesn't work. So let's do this here. Let's take this one here. Start with an N. Maybe something like near would be okay, right? Let's take near like this. So E, A, and R. E, no A, but we have an R up here, for example. Let's take this R. Okay, so cool. So now I would like to try to get this gem here, right? Start with an R, and then the fourth letter is an A. Can I think of anything? Rival. Rival would work. That would work. But the V here, can I do something with the V? I need to have a K then. Yeah, I think we can think of something. So let's put rival. Okay, so we get these points here. That's nice. That's an R. That's another R right here. I we have over here. V we don't have any left. The A we already had. So I don't think I could like cross off that again because it's already part of that word. But I'm not sure. L, no L. Okay. And then actually now that's kind of tough because of that R here, right? Because now if I put a word down here, it also needs to work for this one here, right? So that is a little bit difficult. Yeah, but that actually works. Because, let me do Viking. Isn't that cool? I could also do Viking. No, Vikings is not gonna work. So Viking. And then here I will do Sir Thecos, right? And then here is. I think that works quite well. I think that's good. Okay. So now let's take a look at all these letters here again. I have here. K, no. I here. N, no N. And here's an G. So you see ogre, we have that down. So now we get these points here. Nice. Sir, we have the S. No. Okay, that's it. So this is gonna be not too easy, I think. To get like the H here, right? We would need a word that has an I here and an H over there. Lich. I think lich works, right? But like this ghostly kind of thing there. But I would also like to have the treasure chest here, right? So that's going to be rich, okay, but that's not enough either. Can I think of anything there? What about birth doesn't work. Smith would work, right? Like a blacksmith. And that's a kind of thematic. So Smith, okay. So we have the S, we have the 1 point over here, and we have the 2 points over here. That's great. Also SMTH. So let's see. S, no. M, yes. T, I don't think so. H, no. We need a C for sure, and an F later. Didn't I have an F already? No, I think I didn't. Okay. So, and now we kind of need to somehow snake our way down here, right? So maybe I can find something to put here. Then we get another point. Fig would work, right? I think fig would work. And then we also have like the F. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do fig like this. So we have that F over here. That's good. And now we need a word with an I that goes down here. Oh, by the way, F we have over here. So fiend is also done. Nice. And the I we can't put anywhere. Okay. So I and then go down there. Do we have anything? So I could maybe something like imp here, right? I mean, that's a word that works. And then I would need something with a P here. How about apple? So imp, and then here we put apple. So you see, imp, that's fine. Apple here, A, we have that point. And since we have all three of those, we also get this one here. That is pretty nice. And also we get that 1 point here. So you see, so far we're getting all the points that are lying around here. So M and P, no M. Then A, P, L, E. A, P, L, but E we have here. Let's take this E first. Okay, so now we need something here. Let's just take a pit. That's easy. No I, no T. Okay. So what we can do later on is to put like the apple here, for example, right? But we also want to put a word here so we can like string words together. I don't know if that, like string letters together. If that works, I don't know yet. Or a T. I want a pretty long word with a T up until here, right? Okay, maybe we can find something. Tint. Traps. Not quite. Yeah, well, traps would work. Traps. And then we can go up here. That would be possible. But I have is already. That is kind of... but we can do as then. Yeah, okay, we have a few ideas what we can do here. So let's do traps. So R-A-P-S. R we have here, so the vampire is done. Nice. A-P-S, A-P-S, none of those. We only have these left. C-Z-O-E. Okay, like a C would be great to have at some point. But let's see. Okay, traps. And then... You know what? I think I need to go down here somehow. I think that is important. So, how do we continue here? Oh, that's kind of tough. That Q. We need to do that Q. Square would be fine. But having an S here, that's going to gonna be hard because we need to go down here and then there. And so Ostia is like that's a proper noun. That's a town or city in Italy, I think. Aqua would work. It's not a proper noun because it's a color, right? So that could kind of work. So let's. Oh no, wait. But first we need to go down here. Then let's do maybe ash. And then here hands, maybe. Hands. And then here aqua. Alright, so AH, nothing here. ANDS, also nothing. QUA, nothing. Alright, but we are down here now. So we didn't get any of these points, but that's the way it is. Here, of course, that's possible to do, right? To get that 1 point, but we don't want to use too many words, right? Because we want to get to the end. So you know what? I got a lot of these here. This one doesn't really do a whole lot, except if we can, well, we actually need to go to the left anyways, right? Here, so we can go down here. So let's just see what we can find. Something with F maybe. Flan, is that a word? Flan, I think, right? Flat. Let's take flat. I think that's pretty good. So flat. Then we also get this 1 point here. FLT is none of those letters. And then here, like a lot of stuff is possible, right? Let's do 4, I guess. That's fine. We have the O right there. All right, and then something with an F and an O. That's but it needs to end in F and O. Ooh, can I find something there? GTFO. Okay, that's not gonna work. So what can we take? Oh, I have an idea. Info. That works. No. We need Z, E, and C. Okay. So now, you know what? Let me just do a rundown here and hope maybe I can get all the way down here. That'd be kind of cool. Let me just think. Oh wait. Inscribe. That would work. Ooh, that is nice. Inscribe. And that's fine. I don't need to go further. I think just going here would be nice. If I can find something here. I hope I can find something with an E. Let me just think. One thing I could think of is enough. Enough. That would work actually. That's not too bad. That's good. Then we will leave inscribe and then I put enough here. Enough with that. Okay, so we need ZEC. We have a C here, that's good. So the OR is also done. Nice, very good. And we need, what else do we need? Z and E. We have an E here, so we just need a Z. Maybe we can do that at some point. So now we need a lot of short words. So let's do high, ice, and he. I think that would work. And then here a hoe would work, right? OE. And then here poo. That's gonna be kind of rough. I need 4-letter word. S here and at the end in E. That's kind of tough, I think. Yeah, well, aisle would work. So we do a hoe here and aisle. All right, so, and now we could try to maybe go up here, get some more points, but you know what? Let's just go to the boss and end this, right? So I just want a long, actually, no, I don't want a long word. What I want is, I want a short word, then a short word here, and then I'm going to go down here. I think that's the easiest thing to do, I suppose, but let's see. What can I do here? Ink, I already have ink, I think, someplace, right? Didn't I have ink? I have ice here. No, I don't have ink yet. So inks would be possible, right? Inks and then sun maybe? That could work. You know what? I don't want to overthink it. So I'll do inks here and sun. So now for us to win, we need here one word that ends in D and one word that ends in N. We are not allowed to use an X anywhere. And then we win the game. So let's just see if we can find something there. So night could work. Okay, GHT. That could work. Never. I think never is better. Yeah. Never. And then here, we could take, actually that's kind of difficult. Yeah, that's kind of tough. Let me think here, but here I can take ruin, for example. That would definitely work. Yeah, that's kind of tough. I'd. Can you say I'd? Yeah, actually that works. I'd does work. Because that's not just a noun, but that's also a verb, to eye someone, right? So I eyed someone. Okay, that's good. But so I have no X here, that's fine. We have like these two sword words, like with that letter, that's also fine. But we have not gotten a Z anymore. All right, so that means we end the game and we win the game. So now we will look at our dungeon hall. At the moment, let me just find the rules over here. At the moment, there is no like scoring table or anything, right? So we'll just see how many points we got. So I don't know if that's good or not, right? So monster kills. Oh no, by the way, we still have the discoveries, right? Let me see if we can do anything there. Because that would be kind of cool. If I'm not mistaken, the only six-letter word I have is enough. Oh no, Viking also. I would also have Viking. Hey. Honestly, you know what? I think I would just leave it. I would just put a few words here that I have. Let's put stop. And then we also have rival, for example. And then we have enough. So I can show that to you a little bit. Because now we get 5, 7, 9 points later on, right? So we have all of these, but also tin. We got that one, right? Ovo and powered don't exist. Okay, so monster kills. We have 3, 7, 12, 19. Okay, discoveries. We have 12, 21, and then one of those that is then 20. Oh no, that's 21 here, and here we have 2. And the loot. Let's just check out the loot. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 13, 14, 15. That's it. 15. That's not a whole lot, but that's okay. Oh, by the way, we also have these 2 swords here, right? We always get those. So we have 19 even. That looks very ugly now, but that's the way it is, I suppose. And then we have 10, 19, 21, 40, 60. So we have 61 points. So if the designer is watching this video, let me know if that is a decent score. I have no idea. And that is how you play Word to Dungeon by Joe Shimwell. That's like the first game that I've played for the Solitaire Print to Play Game Design Contest. So I hope I will play a few more in the future. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for staying to the very end. As usual, I would like to thank you all for your support, especially I want to give a shout out to my generous patrons. The biggest thanks go to Thecos for supporting me at the highest tier. Thank you so much for that. You can also support me by watching, liking, and commenting my videos, subscribing to my channel, supporting me on Patreon, and joining my Discord server to hang out with me and my amazing community. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the very next video. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, and cheers.